Hey guys, it's something different today. It's sofa cleaning and restoring. I just got a call from a friend that requested all of these to be restored as the original couch, the full thing, the original sofa costs a lot of money. So I'm just gonna explain to you how this is properly done, and you're gonna start with a little bit of cleaning, steaming, opening the pores. Then you're gonna go to color matching, and after painting you're gonna protect everything, because this is the final layer that's very, very important, as the one that's gonna actually keep the integrity of the work. So right now I'm preparing with my steamer, and I have everything plugged in and everything ready. So it will just be 5 more minutes until I start cleaning. I've set up everything that I need, and the problems are a bit weird because it's all dog scratches, claws. I don't know if you can see them, but there are a lot. And once you finish the cleaning process, you'll be able to see all the problems in depth. So I've got more than this. This is just the beginning. Hope to see you later, and maybe maybe we'll learn something out of this. So first of all, I'm starting with the degreaser in this case, because all this surface has oils and grease and whatever the dog is missing from its mouth. And first of all, you could spray a degreaser and start with just a white with a brush. You don't need a really tough brush, you need a really soft brush, like the ones that they use in painting, so you don't damage the surface. It's really, really important that you clean this very well. And the second layer of cleaning, the second process of cleaning, will be the one done with the steamer. So I double these things because I really want all the imperfections to show, and I really want all the grease to go away. Otherwise I can't really see exactly what's going on with every crevice, every hole, every bit of layer that's, here and there. You have different colors and the stitching and everything, and you want it to be perfect again. You want it to be clean and bug free and dirt free and whatever. So this is the first part. I'm gonna continue, and after that I'm gonna start with the steaming process. If you look here closer, you can actually see the difference, and you can actually see what's coming out from the surface that I don't know if anyone can see all the problems like I do, but we tend to think that the surface is clean, and then we're mistaking a lot. We're having a bit of a problem with that, because we don't understand that the original color is way under these fake appearances. And you need to thoroughly clean everything up. So this is the first process. I'm gonna do more. See you later. So now what I want to tell you is that the second process is the steaming one, okay? And it's very, very important, because with the steaming you can do good things and you can do bad things also. That means if you steam a surface and you're really, really aggressive on the surface with the brush from the steamer, and I don't know, maybe you have had some problems before with the color coming out, then you will be most likely removing more of the layers that have the original color, and that is going to send you right to the repaint process. And if you do this at home and you don't have the tools that are required to repaint and restore, then it could be a problem. So if you can, and you need to steam, if you need to steam your sofa or your car interior or whatever, that means you should be really, really careful, and don't go so close to don't get so close to the material, to the actual surface, because um, the steam itself comes out of the machine at between 120 and 200 degrees. So that is a lot. That is actually uh, unbearable for any surface. So if you're too much time in just one place, then you will most probably destroy the surface. So I'll be just starting in a second. So you would have two ways of doing this. One way would be just spraying on the surface the steam. Just trying to get it ready. And the other one would be using a rag, microfiber towel, or whatever you're calling it, and just at the same time you're steaming, you're wiping. So you can do this also. This is more efficient, this is more friendly to the material, to the surface. The other way around, if you use only the brush, then you would be more aggressive. And I'm gonna try to. What you're actually doing is testing the surfaces and getting the leather hydrated, and the last thing that you need is to push. Don't ever push it, okay? Steamy. Yeah, the steaming process is really, really hard. So as you can see, as I'm trying to show you, you can see the difference between the before part with a lot of dirt and the now part. After the steaming and after the cleaning process, if you can look at this, you can't really see everything, but once I finish, sorry, I'm used to working in a team, but once I finish, this has to be, I have to decide what type of painting job I need to do, because you can either spray the whole surface, or, and I think in this case I will choose the painstakingly hard way, the one that I really need to fix every hole and every bit of the worn parts, worn surfaces, or whatever you call them. So it will take a while. I still have to steam this one, as I haven't even started on this. And after that I'll start, maybe, because this is something that I don't want to give to everyone as a secret. I want to keep it as a secret, but the color mix is very important. Maybe I'll skip that part and I'll show you the first part of the painting process, but only the first part. See you later. So I turned the camera a little bit so I can show you exactly the damaged parts. So they're not really that complicated to fix like others have been, but the next process would be to, like this, you can see it here. And then the next process would be to precisely match the paint so we don't have any problems after that. And as you can see, it's really important. Okay, got a few there, a few here, a big problem here. I have to fix each and every one of them. Basically, you know what? It looks like it's been done before. Can you see these? That means someone tried to fix them. Wow. This is really a bad job. Things turned interesting in a few seconds. Who could have done this? This only makes things tougher for me. It's bad. It's really bad. Really bad. Oh. Whoa. Yep. This is a problem for me already. I don't like this. You can see how the surface has been scratched. I don't really do this because once you polish the surface, then you'll get it to look like this and you lose all the texture. That is probably something that will be very hard to fix. Oof, bad job. So, just so you can see how mad I am about the color matching, you can see here just a little bit of white more than necessary, so it ain't really visible, but for me it's just I think I'm just trying to rebuild perfect color. So I'm almost done and I'm starting to work on the full project, so it will be done soon. So this is the part where I'm gonna use just a simple process to fill the holes that have already been there in the surface. And as you have already seen in the footage, these have already been fixed, I suppose. But what I'm doing now is filling every little bit of point hole, whatever we have here, with actual paint. So the color match right now is perfect, 100%. So all I have to do is start and recreate the whole area. Just so we blend in with the actual pattern. And we'll do this for about 5-6 times, whatever it takes. First, you have to make sure you fill all the cracks and all the holes with the necessary amount of paint, so it just won't be visible anymore. It also gives the structure a new elastic resistance. So what we'll have after this try is a perfect blend. I'm just trying and trying until I get it perfect. So this will be made several times until everything looks like new. As you can see, it dries up really well. It goes inside the holes, goes up. Now I'm checking the color again. And until I get the perfect fix, I'm not able to rest. I'm just not sleeping well if something is different. And I'll get there, and the sofa will look better and better. It has to. Sorry about the noise. My neighbors are trying to have some fun. Something that I don't really show and share. Whenever I'm trying to fix the holes and to get everything as level as possible and keep the original template as it was, the pattern, then I'm just using my thumb to make sure the paint gets where I want it to go and not to destroy the pattern. So in a bit this won't be visible anymore at all. I don't know if the camera can actually see what I'm doing here, but can actually capture, sorry, what I'm doing here. I know it takes time. I know that, I've done that. I'm trying to recreate the perfect surface. So either bear with me or just, I don't know, slide the video forward and get some tips and tricks later. If I'll give you more. I think I've shared enough for today. Just making sure all the crevices and all the holes are filled properly. Okay. Hope you can see this right here. I just have to get it a little bit more lighter to open up the color a bit. Dry everything out and it should work. So what I've done now, I've taken out the extra paint that should not be here, and I've left only the paint that fills the holes. So as I've said before, it takes a long time. I will have to do this for a few more times, but in the end it will be perfect, and that's what actually matters, to have everything blended. I can't even see them now, so pretty sure most of you won't be able to see where I've worked on these little holes. So I know it's tough, but in the end all that you want is for the process to look as close as possible to the normal shape and color. So cat claws, dog scratches, doesn't really matter. It will be fine. I'm going back to work, guys, so see you at the finish line. So this is definitely getting crazier, and as you can see, this part is already looking better. I'm starting to blend everything in, and as you can see, this has already been repaired also. So what they've been doing is polishing, as I've said. So that's not exactly what needed to be done. So again, the first step would be just to get the paint inside the hole. As you can see, perfect. So guys, look, I can't even see where I had to fix this. I guess it was here, because after all the paint blending and stuff like that, you will not be able to see where you've worked unless you look really, really carefully. Check it out. This painting process is really, really important, but after this one, you will have to protect, because if you don't protect it, scratches will occur in a really, really short period of time, and you wouldn't want to do that after the long effort that you've had making everything right. So I would suggest that whenever you buy a kit, a painting kit, leather painting kit to be more precise, whenever you do that, you check to see if they have the final protection in it, and when you're finished, check that final protection, wiping it off with the most powerful cleaner that you have. Don't forget to dry it off. If you're forgetting that, then you have a problem. Everything must be dried off. Think of it as Van Gogh. You're the Van Gogh of the leather repairs. I'm just trying to fill everything up. The excess will be wiped, and after that everything will be protected. It's not really that hard, but you have to be really, really, really patient. It's not for everyone, yeah, I know. Whenever you can, treat this in the most relaxing way possible. Like right now, I'm just sitting on the couch I'm just sitting on the sofa that I'm fixing. Might look weird to the client, but actually I'm very close to the points that I have to touch, so for me it makes sense. And now the filling of the crevices that are an extra and have been an extra on this. It's kind of the last layer that needs to be applied. I don't know why I'm making this video, because I didn't ever plan to post other than my Facebook page or Instagram. That means short videos. But now I guess I'm trying to create a YouTube video for everyone to see, and maybe the quality of the products that we all are offering will get higher and higher. Products will be better and better. The suppliers will be faster, because let's be honest, it takes a few days or a few weeks to get what we need sometimes. And to be honest, the other guys didn't do such a bad job. I think they acted okay, but it's been 8 years since this sofa has been bought, and it seems like it's been bought with the problems that it already has. So not really that nice. So I would recommend not using fillers for this type of job, because all the fillers do is fill all the crevices in the nearby area, but all the paint does is get inside the crevices and fill the holes with the necessary paint, and then the excess could just be wiped, like in this case. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. I'll try to get to a lot more things to use in the further conquests that you may have. If you want to get further and further with your work, it's like the American says, keep it simple. And it's really that easy. The simpler you keep it, the further you go and the faster you go further. I know this might not look like the perfect job to you, but believe me, when everything is dried out, the client won't be able to notice if and where I worked on the surface. It takes time. It's also relaxing. Okay, so this is the crazy part, where I have to stay here and touch each and every cut. Don't worry, it just dries out perfectly, but I would have to cover all the cuts, and the paint will just go in, because otherwise it would just look like this. And maybe I have to fill all these. I'm really concentrated, but this is the dabbing that I have to do, the tapping, the whatever it's called. So I still have to do all the other bits and pieces really carefully, and 2 or 3 times. And this is how it looks after I finished with this one, the one that had the biggest cracks and the biggest holes. And I think there is nothing visible. Oh, look, what do we have here? Dirt. Okay, so here you have it. It's the way to go forward, and this is perfect going forward. Okay, so I think I'm about 5 hours in. I have to get some clothes because it's already cold. But the result is gonna be absolutely perfect. So the way I'm doing my process is the way that we would always want to keep the surface in such a way that won't be disturbed as a texture. You know, when you have the texture and you want to keep it alive like this is, just have a bit of dust here, and you want to keep it in the original way. This is what you do. You try and paint and restore and respect. Basically, you have to respect the original look, So this is it after the repaint. It's been done manually. I will show you some other projects that have been done by paintbrush, and other projects that will be done by paint spray gun. And even tomorrow I'll have a Toyota Land Cruiser that I have to fix some seats in. The way I'm doing this is closer to normal than other ways, because if you come to think of it, once you polish the surface, as you've seen on these cushions, once you polish the surface, you lose the texture, and that won't be necessarily the best thing that you can do. Covering up the scratches, covering up the wear, painting in exactly the spots that have been worn out, this should be the perfect process. This should be the process that everyone does. So I'm really glad it ended up like this. They look really good. This hadn't been worn out. Those were really bad. And you know what? At the end of the day, if I'm happy, the client will be happy, because I'm trying to do the best work that I've done yet. So every day should be better for you, for the client, for everyone. Thank you for watching. I'm really sorry, this will be a really long video, and I haven't done any YouTube videos, and I don't know how to upload. I don't know how to finish the process of editing and stuff like that. And I really hope maybe some of you will learn something from it. And if you have any questions, feel free. Cheers.